Good morning. Hey, we're looking on doing a couple things here. Obviously, March 26th, 24th, and 26th, number one is not lit up. Number two has a lot of Chapter 4 stuff. I'll be moving that out. That'll probably be mainly for Thursday / next Tuesday. I'm a little mixed up with this class for whatever reason. I'm not sure exactly why. But this class seems to be not necessarily out of order, but I'm not on the right page with it for whatever reason. So today I'm going to be doing a video going through the rest of the PowerPoint. We left off with sort of accountability, talking about deadlines, completing the circle, keep in mind the chain of command, chain of accountability. And of course, something we didn't mention, let the buck stop with you. What that means is pretty much you shouldn't have to say, well, Sam did it, or Morgan did it, Leslie did it, it's not my responsibility, not my concern. Just take responsibility if it's obviously your responsibility. There are times and there are exceptions, but make sure you're accountable to whoever you work for. Working on projects, polishing your projects, keeping up to date. In this PowerPoint, I told you I have examples of my soccer VITA lesson plans. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to throw up my VITA real quick. What my VITA is my United Way. No matter where I'm at, no matter what job I do, it could be on a board, it can be teaching, it can be running the soccer league. In this case, it happens to be with United Way Taxes. I always create some kind of what we call SOP, or standard operating procedure. In this case, I have a table of contents. I use this quite often too. I click on this new bank codes, boom, takes me right down to the bank codes. This is something you can do in a Microsoft Word document. And what we do with this, although this chapter does not really specify it, but this is the great thing to do in order to create a standard operating procedure, especially online for yourself. Yes, they may have standard operating procedures at work, but they're like 350 pages. You have to fish through the stuff that actually applies to you. So a lot of times this stuff applies directly to what my job entails. Such as this, I have new bank codes for Andover Bank and Butler Armco, routing numbers for banks, because we need those for the taxes. So if you're creating a document like this, what this has to deal with, I know this is not a Microsoft Word class, but it might come in handy for you, is the styles. Heading 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see how it changes when I mouse over it. I tend to make the main headings 1 and any subheadings underneath there 2. It's a hierarchy for the most part. And then I put the word home on here, and you can right click, maybe. Oh, there it goes. Right click and you can turn around, and right now I can edit the hyperlink, but normally there's something down here, it's called either hyperlink or link that you can create. And we can talk more about this if you would like to learn more about creating your own standard operating procedure. So I link this back home, which takes me back to my table of contents. And again, this is all tax stuff, so something we use quite regularly is local taxes, LST taxes. If we don't know for the local tax, the 1% that you pay, depending on where your locality is whether you pay 1%. If you work in Erie, it's 1.18. And if you live in the Erie and work in Erie, it's 1.65. It's the highest local tax around here. So I click on that, and it can actually take me to a website as well, which you plug in the address here, copy. I just grab the random address, click view information, and boom, it gives me all the local tax stuff. So what I'm trying to get at with all this ultimately, whoa, Netflix is on. What I'm trying to get at with all this ultimately is to create some kind of standard operating procedure or manual, or be accountable for your job. Polish your projects, keep updating, create accuracy, create efficiency as much as possible. This thing seems to be glitching a lot today. Another one I have, let's take through these ones real quick. Soccer, concession stand, talks about the concession stand, what you're supposed to do with the concession stand. Heading the ball, which you can't do for players 10 years of age or younger anymore. Registrations, how do we approach registrations? So these are just different standard operating procedures that I've created over time. And the last one, of course, is the lesson plan. Same concept. Got a table of contents. In order to get that table of contents, all you have to do is go to References, Table of Contents, and put it in a table of contents. Now it's only going to show, when you deal with a table of contents, it's only going to show things, emotional intelligence, it's only going to show things that have the style of the headings and some of these subtitle things. If it's a normal style, you can see how it changed. It is not going to show in your table of contents. That's why you got to change all these headings to pretty much heading styles 1, 2, or 3, or what have you. So that's just a quick overview of standard operating procedures or polishing projects. Like I said, it just comes in handy to have something at your workplace, a document that you use on a regular basis. Overall appearance, don't have to talk about that too much. Ergonomics, we're going to talk about a little bit. I guess we could talk about, I was thinking overall appearance was going to talk about more about what you wear, but yeah, your workstation should be kept clean. As you notice, my desk is always a mess. It really is. At work, it's a mess. But by the time, at the end of the day, I literally clean everything up and clean everything off. So when I come in the next day, it's a clean desk. It all depends on how you work. Ergonomics, I'm dealing with that issue right now as far as making things less stressful on your hands, on your feet, the way you sit. And of course, if we were in class, we would talk about your posture. Maybe on the live class on Thursday, I will take a look at everybody to see how everyone is sitting. Big one. Oh, see, I hate to say Morgan, but she's going to think I'm picking on her. But I know she slouches way down in that chair sometimes. And she's about to fall asleep. Legs. Most people tend to keep their legs crossed. One way, shape, or form. I always see this. I do the same thing. Right now I don't because I'm very limited space on where I sit. Just be aware of your posture. Of course, with the workstation, they have new types of chairs. They have the balls, the little bouncy balls you can sit on. I just ordered me a new chair, so I'm kind of hoping it's going to come in within the next week. They already shipped it. Managing your workload. Use some kind of planner. Now, for myself, this is my planner. You can get all kinds of planners. You don't have to be this extravagant with it. Although I'm really not that great with it. I only need it for mainly for the month stuff. But I'm a post-it person too. Like Lifeboat. I gotta figure out how we're gonna do Lifeboat. Maybe I'll have to do Lifeboat next Tuesday. Maybe we'll have I think we'll have a live class on Tuesday to do life, but we keep talking about that one. Or have some kind of planner. Whether you use Post-its, a planner, whether you write it on a napkin, something. Just try not to procrastinate. That's putting things off to the last moment. Sort of like what I've done with your guys' office technology. For whatever reason, I'm not sure exactly why I dropped the ball on you guys. Let's see. Next slide. Oh, that's right. On page 40, it's going to talk about these things. This is part of one of your assignments, was dealing with time management categories. Is it urgent and important? Is it important but not urgent? Is it urgent but not important? Neither urgent nor important. And of course, these are not carved in stone. They don't have to be these 4 categories. These are just suggestions for the most part. It could be different depending on where you work, on what kind of time management categories they're going to use. Now, these are examples of urgent, important, getting rid of a computer virus, plane reservations, preparing your annual performance evaluation. I don't know. Sometimes I think that's not as important. Urgent or important but not urgent. Develop a relationship with a peer. Researching new virus protection software. Planning the presentation you will give next month. And we will be dealing a chapter on developing presentation skills, chapter 9. I know we're going to go into 4, 5, 11, 14, but there's a couple other ones here that I want to make sure we hit on. These chapters don't connect with one another. Hang on, someone's like texting me, freaking out on my economics class. All right, we're not going to go through every single one of those. So workplace activities, of course, this is always set to administrative office professional type stuff. That's the way this book leads, and we've discussed that before. But even with HIT, you have to get some kind of organizational thing. You're not going to be able to go into work on the first day and say, oh my gosh, it is a perfect system. I can just jump in and just do whatever I want. No, you're going to get the flow of your own system. Even if you're taking over somebody who is like perfect in their system of ways of filing, ways of emailing, starring this, moving it into this folder, doing this, doing that, you need to get into your own rhythm. Hence the reason why I was mentioning those standard operating procedures. Something that you may want to definitely evaluate in your own workplace. Of course, activities, make sure you act on things quickly. I don't think they talk about it in here. I don't want to get too far off track of it, but there is such a thing called a tickler file. And what a tickler file is a folder. It can be a folder such as a Manila folder. This is your Office Technology folder. But at the top of your folder, it would say March. So in March, you would have little slips of paper on what goes on in March. It could be a party, it could be someone's birthday, it could be an anniversary, it could be some kind of visitation that happens, whether someone comes in the office, you go to another office. It's little slips of paper that are reminders of what happens on a regular basis throughout the year. It could be monthly, it could be daily. Well, those are probably the two best. You don't want it to be yearly, but I've tried creating tickler files here and there. They're called tickler files. but sort of like tickles your brain to remind you. They're just really just little reminders. And again, you can use a manila folder. You can use whatever you like, actually. And you can name this January, February, March, April, May, June, yada, yada, yada. And then have little slips of paper in there, little Post-its that say Joe's birthday, March 22nd, or something along those lines. Which reminds me, I gotta get everyone's birthday. I have a slip here that I brought in from work that I'm trying to get everyone's birthdays on. Ooh, maybe that will be your guys's assignment that you were in this today. I need to get Morgan, Sam, Paula's birthday. I have Leslie's. Don't need a year, because we know how old you people are. Just need the day, actually the month and the day. Okay, so this video, it's amazing how quickly these videos add up. It's up to 16 minutes already. So I want to flip through here a couple more things and discuss a couple things just to make sure that we're covering things that will be on the test. Time wasters. We all have these. It could be a person, it could be interruptions, and I think we had an assignment on a time waster. It could be your friend, it can even be your boss at times. Maybe you just have one of those bosses that like to hang out on your desk and chat while you're trying to actually get things done. Sometimes they don't even realize that they're wasting your time. Just be aware of it. That doesn't mean say to your boss or say to your friends, get the heck out of my office. Don't bother me. No, you want to be a little bit more professional than that. But just make sure you're handling those people that can waste your time. Life management, taking care of yourself, because in the long run, nobody else is going to be. There could be exceptions of meeting that one person that has your back no matter what. I think I added that in myself. But now with this coronavirus going on, it's almost a perfect time to really, I don't know, maybe reflect on your lifestyle, your choices, or what have you. Where'd I go? Barely move this thing, and it glitches all over the place. Anyhow, yeah, but take care of yourself ultimately. It's like the whole concept is if you're in an airplane, your airplane is going down and the oxygen masks jump out. Some people have a tendency to help others, but you should always make sure your oxygen mask is on first. You're not going to be able to help others if you're in the process of dying as well. So sometimes it sounds a little selfish, but, well, it is what it is. Just take care of yourself ultimately. Manage relationships. Make sure you feed to good relationships. Choke out the relationships that cause stress or are currently on a path to your self-destruction. Cannot emphasize this one enough. I see so many people either in terrible relationships or they have friends that just suck. If you have that succubus kind of friend that just sort of sucks the life out of you, you need to manage that relationship. Either sit down with them and tell them what's going down, or honestly get rid of them. One of the two. I would guarantee you, if they're that great of a friend, they're either going to change or help you out, or they're just going to disappear and it's really not going to matter in the grand scheme of things for your own life. And of course, coping with stress. Make sure the worry and anxiety you feel from others and yourself dealing with stress. I can be stressed out, you can be stressed out. The situation that we're in right now with the coronavirus, teaching from home and learning from home, can stress everybody out. But let me make sure that you understand that I am there to help you out. Please take advantage of that. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text if you feel like you're getting stressed out. We can work together to figure out the best plan of action for you. And all right, that pretty much takes us through the PowerPoint. A few key terms obviously would be on the test: accountability, cross-training, downtime, ergonomics, goals, incentive, opportunities, procrastination, self-discipline, stress, priorities. I mean, these are all words that you should be used to already, but just to be aware of them. All right, we are on 21 minutes of this video, so I am going to chop this video down and get it uploaded for class and put an assignment. Remember, we're not having a live class today. We will be on Thursday, just sort of to regroup. That way, if you need to get to whatever internet connection you need to for Thursday, that gives you a couple days to figure out where you can be for that class. And we'll talk a little bit more about moving forward, as well as you'll have a test. I am going to try to get that test posted up today, so you can have between now and the end of class on Thursday to complete that test. Thanks, ladies, and have a great day.